So if you're looking for information on the proposed new ordinance in Carroll County, the Public Safety Nuisance Calls, hopefully this set of video clips will be useful to you.
In the meantime, this was an initiative of Commissioner Gordon. After conversations with the sheriff and state's attorney's office, it became apparent that there are a couple of institutions in the county and a couple of residences maybe where that are constantly calling for law enforcement assistance to situations involving nuisance activity, and that involves dispatching a police officer to the institution or the residence, making reports, doing some investigations, and constituting a drain on the police resources, all at the expense of 2 or 3, 4, 5 properties in the county. What are we hoping to accomplish here? Several counties, several municipalities, several boroughs, duchies all throughout the country have adopted ordinances which penalize establishments, certain establishments or certain residences for excessive use of police calls. What sort of activity are we trying to, what sort of activity results in one of these police calls? Well, it's usually theft, prostitution, drug use, noise, drug activity, public disorder, other kinds of bad behavior. And this is the sort of nuisance activity that results in these calls to the property owner.
So real quick, there's the spirit of the law and the letter of the law.
Right.
And so our goal is to have establishments or residences or complexes work with us on security and making sure that we are not constantly responding to these establishments and they're indifferent to the fact that we're responding and they just simply don't care. We understand the letter of the law, but the spirit of the law says work with us and we'll work with you, and as long as that takes place, then we'll be fine.
And Commissioners, I know you have the ordinance in front of you, and you'll see as you read through it that it really does give our office the autonomy to make the decisions as to whether or not somebody's in violation. We changed a lot of shalls to mays, and so you'll see that throughout the ordinance, which is a good change to give us the authority as the public safety entity, the law enforcement entity of the county, to have the autonomy to determine whether or not somebody is willing to work with us or is just calling us because they want us to come down and take a report.
This is an ordinance to hopefully change behavior, not to raise money, not to go out and serve citations. It's to change behavior, and the hope would be it's going to minimize the problems.
I mean, for me, I just don't want to, one, put us in a position where we are over-governing, you know, the community, and then also, at the same time, I want to make sure we're putting ourselves in a position that whatever ordinances we are putting in place, that we have the resources to enforce or, you know, kind of put the ground game in place.
And that's just a discretionary thing that we would look at when we start looking at these calls. It wouldn't be a blanket thing where we go to our CAD system and go, oh, we were here 5 times this month, let's go out and start. Right. And that's not what this is about, by no means.
Right, and that was not.
County Commissioners have scheduled a public hearing on August 31st at 9 a.m. So we'll hopefully get some more information and feedback from the community about this new ordinance. I myself have a number of questions. Unfortunately, Commissioner Gordon is in Ocean City at Mako, and I haven't had a chance to reach out to the sheriff or the state's attorneys yet. But, you know, the statements about spirit of the law and letter of the law and what that means today and what that might mean 20 years from now have really just opened up some questions that I have to ask in the future, hopefully before August 31st, to try and get you all some additional information. So stay tuned.